Hello everyone and welcome back to Neptune's Child Tarot. My name is Monique and this is my second tarot channel here on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for your continued love and support here on the channel. For those of you that are new, welcome. You may also want to check out my main tarot channel, Moon Moth Goddess, where I do have a bunch of other pick a card readings posted for you guys. For those of you that would like to book a private reading with me, you can find my email down below in the description box. Just send me an email and I will provide you with more information on booking readings as well as other services. And just always keep in mind that I will never reach out to you in the YouTube comments or on any type of social media platform to offer you readings or other services. The only way that you can book with me is through following the exact email, and I use the same email address for both this channel as well as the other one. Okay, so today's pick a card reading, we are doing what is your current relationship with your higher self. Okay, and we'll just kind of see where your energy is at with that, and then we'll ask how can you deepen the connection, and then also any advice or guidance that your higher self has for you at this time. Okay, so we're going to do 3 piles today. If you do feel drawn to more than 1 pile for this reading, that is perfectly okay. But we do have some Smokey quartz here. We do have a fancy Jasper here in the center, which is like a dark green. And then we have a Selenite. Okay, so I am going to be adding in one of these cards to help you with your reading today. If you already know just based off of the crystals alone, you're more than welcome to skip ahead to the timestamp. So let's add in one of these cards. Okay, so let's see. What is your current relationship with your higher self? Okay, so we have deep emotions, unknown feelings, past life influences, and that is with Smokey quartz. That is going to be for pile 1. And let's see what we have for pile 2. What is your current relationship with your higher self? Okay, so we have calming the waters with peaceful self-regulation, and that is with this fancy Jasper. Okay, now let's get one for pile 3. What is your current relationship with your higher self? We have sacred action with decisive focus, and that is with this Selenite. Okay, so those are your choices. Like I said, if you do feel drawn to more than one, that's perfectly okay for today's reading. Pile 1 with deep emotions and the Smokey quartz. Pile number 2 with calming the waters and the fancy Jasper. And then pile 3 with sacred action and the Selenite. Timestamps will be down below, and I will see you guys at your reading. Hi pile 1, so those of you that resonated with deep emotions, unknown feelings, and past life influences, this is going to be your reading today. I'm also noticing this is number 15 here on this card, and being that we do have unknown feelings, past life influences, this makes me feel that those of you that chose this pile could very well be having a lot of feelings, emotions that are coming up for you that you still have past life attachments to. This could be previous incarnations where you've had past romantic connections or friendships or family situations. So this makes me feel like your connection with your higher self right now is that your higher self is really trying to help you to work through and acknowledge some of these feelings that you might have and be holding on to, that could be blocking you from healing, or, you know, certain things that you're meant to do within this lifetime. And it's kind of like your higher self is trying to bring all of these things that need to be cleared to your attention. Some of them, especially with the unknown feelings here, this could even be talking about you being in a place where you have feelings and emotions that are come up, but you don't even know why. You don't understand, where are they really coming from? Is it appropriate, right? Are the feelings that I'm having right now appropriate for what it is that I'm currently going through in my life, or what I've already experienced in my life, right? Sometimes our past life can influence us in a way that we hold on to anger or resentment or a sense of grief or even loss, but it isn't something that's appropriate for what we're going through or what we have gone through or experienced in our life. So yeah, I feel like there's a lot of you letting go is kind of what I'm getting from this, where your higher self is trying to help you to work through. And being that you also have Smokey Quartz here as well, you know, this crystal is really good at helping to clear energy as well. Okay, so yeah, and then with the number 15, it kind of reminds me of the devil energy with attachments, ego, the shadow. Maybe some of you are doing a lot of shadow work right now, or that your higher self is helping you, helping you to that process of doing a lot of shadow work. Okay, so let's see what is coming through. Let's look at some tarot. All right, pile one. And it doesn't even need to be past life as in past incarnations. It can be your past in this life, right? Your past life, the life that you've already lived, in a sense. The things that you've already gone through. How are those things influencing you, right? Are you still holding on to things? Let's see. Some of you can also be feeling very sensitive, very emotional lately, or noticing that a lot of stuff is coming up for you to heal, to process. What is your current relationship with your higher self? Pile one. Wheel of Fortune and the Emperor. Yeah. Yes, we've got Temperance, the Emperor, the Wheel of Fortune, the Tower. Yep. That's what it looks like, okay? Some of you could be going through an awakening, a spiritual awakening. There's a release of many things here with the Tower. Some of you with the Wheel of Fortune could be going through a turning point in your life where there's many changes. You're being guided towards your highest version of self, right? Which your higher self is helping you to get through, to merging into, right? Essentially becoming your higher self, right? Which is the goal for us as we are going through our experience here on earth, is to become our higher self, right? Through working through the lessons and the challenges that we go through, and being able to process and heal. And so with the Temperance card here, I definitely feel like your higher self right now is working with you to heal, to transmute energies, to work towards releasing. And with the Emperor energy here, you know, many of you could be functioning out of the masculine energy, which is about taking decisive action. It's about planning. It's about seeing the bigger picture, keeping yourself focused and disciplined on your healing. Right? So that could really be something that your higher self is really, or that you could be knowingly working with your higher self to process, to heal, to look at the bigger picture of maybe things that you've gone through in your past, clearing cycles here. Okay. The old version of self being broken down. Let's see what else. What is your current relationship with your higher self? Six of Swords. Okay. So the Six of Swords energy is about going through a transition. It's about moving away from things, thoughts, that are creating chaotic energy. Okay. I kind of look at this boat here. When I look at the Six of Swords, it kind of makes me feel like, I always think of this as like your spirit guide or your higher self. And then this is you sitting here, and this could be your inner child, right? Your higher self guiding you to safe passage away, right? Transitioning away from certain things and moving into a more calming, more peaceful, more balanced place in your life, right? Better days ahead. The worst, you know, for many of you is behind you, and being able to leave and let those things go. Even though, because in this card, even though there is this figure that's here, being that it is kind of covered up here, it also reminds me of death, which is about transformation. But I'm feeling like a lot of things with the moon here being also illuminated for you, right? This looks like a lot of very dark water. So yeah, it makes me feel like a lot of things are being illuminated for you, or that your higher self is helping you to see how to navigate. Let's see. What is your current relationship with your higher self? Six of Pentacles. Okay, I like that. Because I feel like with the Six of Pentacles energy here, your connection with your higher self is one that is balanced. There's a lot of, when your higher self is guiding you, that you're actually, like your higher self is kind of like giving you what you need, and you're giving back what your higher self needs from you. Meaning that if your higher self brings to your attention wounds that need healing, you're not just sitting around, you know, not healing. I feel like many of you are like actually putting in the work, right? There's an equal partnership here between you and your higher self. The two of you working together. I love that. Okay, let's see what else. What is your current relationship with your higher self? The Four of Swords. Lots of rest, lots of healing. Many of you could, yeah, look at this. This is so sweet. Six of Cups energy here. There's a very special bond and connection between you and your higher self. And I feel like many of you have really worked really hard to make that something that is possible, right? So that you can then find union with your higher self. But many of you could be really making a regular practice of mindfulness, of resting, of meditation, of stillness, so that you are able to connect in with your higher self, right? I like that. A lot of healing your past, which is basically what your higher self is needing from you, right? So that you can become the best version of yourself. The Six of Cups is also about gifts of the heart and, you know, kindness towards others. And so I feel like there is this beautiful merging of energies between the two of you. Yeah. Almost I'm imagining this is your higher self saying, okay, here, take this cup, heal this. And you're just like looking at it like, I don't know. I don't know if I want that one. What's in the cup? What's in there? What do I have to heal? What do I have to work through? And your higher self's like, just take it. You got this. You can do it. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting. That's funny. Okay, so yeah, I like that energy. Okay, let's pull one more of these and see if we have some room in here. Hopefully this all fits. Okay. All right, let's see. And I'm seeing guide at the bottom, the illuminated path. So I'm definitely feeling like you are being guided. You are being led by your higher self. You're allowing yourself to be guided. Let's see. What is your current relationship with your higher self? Pile 1. Friendship. Yep, look at that. Support, fun, unity, and play. It's a balanced energy. You've got Temperance, which is also about balance, and you've got the Six of Pentacles. Yeah. At the bottom of the deck, I'm seeing shamanic journey, purpose, attunement, and a vision quest. Many of you may be on a shamanic journey at this time, discovering what your purpose is, or your higher self revealing to you what your purpose is, right? You attuning to higher vibrations and going about your soul's journey. Okay. So let's see. I'm going to move this over. Okay, let's see what else. Pile 1. I already feel like, you know, you have a good connection with your higher self, pile 1, but of course we can ask, you know, how can you deepen it? But let's finish up here. What is your current relationship with your higher self? Success. Yeah. Definitely seeing that here. A lot of healing, a lot of releasing is happening, which is a good thing. Let's see. Yep, there it is. So your higher self is giving it to you, right? Giving it to you, giving you gifts that you have to work on. The gift of healing, the gift of seeing yourself as the kind of like your higher self showing to you, you can heal. You can heal yourself, right? You're transmuting energy here. Success with releasing, which is beautiful. Okay, so let's see what else. I wanted to pull these cards too. Let's see. Okay, so let's see. What is your current relationship with your higher self? Yeah, many of you, I feel like with this shamanic journey here, being that there are these cycles of healing and releasing and transmuting and, you know, everything that's happening, this makes me feel like you are actively very much working with your higher self. The shamanic journey to me is that many of you may be called onto a shamanic journey at this point in your path. Many of you may even have past lives as healers or even shamans, moving through a lot of darkness, right? A lot of, like I was saying here with the darkness here, transitioning past that. But it makes me feel with this shamanic journey here that you've kind of, many of you that have chose this pile have completely surrendered to allowing your higher self to guide you, you know, when you are completely open to receiving the messages and the ways in which you are being guided down your path with complete trust in your higher self. And many of you are kind of like maybe learning to trust, you know, really learning to trust. But I'm definitely feeling with the cards that we're seeing, there's success here, right? With you being able to accomplish what it is that your higher self has brought to your attention for you to release. So let's see. What is your current relationship with your higher self? We have victory stance. It is important that you stand in your power and do not settle for energies that are not in alignment. It is healthy for you to stand your ground and be confident about the energy you desire for a healthy balance. Someone else may need to make adjustments to meet you at your energy frequency. So yeah, I feel for many of you, it's kind of like your higher self is showing to you just how powerful you are, just how worthy you are, and you starting to really believe that, to be able to take a look at different aspects of your life of where you have worked so hard on yourself. I feel, pile 1, You've put so much work into becoming your best version of self that you expect others that you have in your life to also match that energy, right? No longer are you going to be where you kind of lower yourself or lower your standards to meet someone in that lower frequency energy, that you're kind of learning to step into your power to say, hey, if you want me in your life, or if you want me to be a part of my life, rise, work on yourself as well, you know? So this makes me feel like this is kind of like an invitation in a sense for other people to either rise with you or leave, right? Quite simply, leave. Get out of my way. Move over. Make space for people who are in a place where they do actively want to work on themselves. And that could be you connecting with different people, a whole new set of people, right? New friendships, new romantic partners, just kind of releasing people and situations that do not serve, right? That could even include certain family situations. Let's see. And it may be that this is something that your higher self is showing to you, like, hello, this person is not in alignment with you, right? I'm feeling also, looking at this here with the friendship, support, fun, unity, and play, that you have a very sweet connection with your higher self, almost like there's like playful with each other, joking, and maybe sometimes you might receive like downloads or clairaudiently hear your higher self like playfully like laughing at you or making jokes and stuff like that. It just feels like a very beautiful connection that you have with your higher self, pile one. Teasing you, right? Teasing you. Let's see what else. We have power surge, and it says you have stepped into your power and completed a cycle in power loss. Reclaiming your power is a major spiritual achievement, and you have recently broken the cycle of giving your power away. This could have been through a toxic dynamic such as an empath and a narcissist. You found your power center and stood your ground. Settling is not an option, and you are open to a healed and equal partnership. I love that. What else? One more, Spirit. Current relationship with pile one and their higher self. Freedom. I love this. Energy, pile one. This is an equal match that values independence and personal freedom. Both parties are able to support one another, and the combined total of your energies will bring beautiful creation into being. Work together to build your dreams and manifest leadership within each of you. Spiritual freedom is supported when two souls journey together in unity consciousness. And I love that because you have unity here with your higher self. Beautiful. Okay, so let's ask Spirit, how can you deepen your connection with your higher self? How can you deepen your connection with your higher self? Divine intervention. Okay, so this is basically pile one about you letting your higher self guide you. Okay, releasing control. Release control. That's what I'm getting from this. Okay, let your higher self guide you. Let your higher self lead you. Stop trying to drive. Let your higher self drive. Okay, let's see. How can you deepen the connection? Which means trust. Trust. Invoke the divine. Maybe this is also you, and I'm seeing crown chakra at the bottom. Okay. So this is asking, don't be afraid of asking your higher self for help or your spirit team. Okay? This is allowing the divine more control in a sense, right? Like when there's something that you feel troubled by, stuck with, ask for support. Your spirit team is there to help you. Okay? And with the crown chakra here, with ego death, I'm seeing underneath that. Okay? The crown chakra is our connection to source. Okay? So really working on clearing this chakra, healing, any blockages that we have within our chakras are going to throw the other chakras out of balance. Okay? So if it's healing and releasing, right, deep feelings and emotions, which could be in your heart chakra, they can also be stored in your sacral chakra. Okay? So when we have blockages there, it can totally throw this off. So this healing that you're doing here is very helpful for you to be able to maintain that clear pathway so that crown chakra stays open, so that you are able to receive the messages, the guidance, the downloads, and make sense of it. The ego death is about you dismantling, in a sense, the ego, right? The fears, the doubts, the insecurities, all the time that our ego tries to rationalize. But the ego does have a purpose, right? To keep us safe, right? To say, oh no, you don't want to do that again. Don't do this, don't do that, right? You got hurt the last time, trying to protect us. But the ego can also, I feel like more or less we will always have an ego, right? It's always going to be a part of us, but it's really about us having a healthy ego. Healthy ego. So dismantling, in a sense, with the tower energy here, I feel like any of those lower vibrational thoughts, fears, insecurities, really working on your spirituality too can also be something that will help you to work on your ego as well, right? Making sure that it is in balance, making sure that it's not in control of you, but more so you are in control of it. You're aware, right, of the thoughts and stuff that you might have come in from your ego versus your intuition, right, your higher self. You can acknowledge them, observe them, right, with gentleness, with kindness. Thank you, ego, for protecting me, but I think I'm going to listen to my higher self right now, right? So yeah, definitely strengthening that there. So let's get some, I actually want to pull some tarot and see. How can you deepen the connection with your higher self? Pile 1. Look at this. Guess who's here? The High Priestess. Okay. So the High Priestess, as far as what you can do to deepen the connection, the higher self, the High Priestess, which resides within all of us, right? This is our inner knowing. This is our infinite wisdom. This is our connection to self, to source, to our higher self. The High Priestess energy is about you withdrawing. It's about time spent in stillness, in quiet, in meditation, right? Giving that time and energy to connect with your higher self, making it part of your spiritual practice, making it a priority, okay? To regularly connect in and strengthen that bond, okay? Let's see what else. How can you deepen the connection? 9 of Swords. Okay, this is ego, okay? 9 of Swords is overthinking, overanalyzing. It's anxiety, stressing, worrying, all of that stuff, right? When we're in this state, our mind is not at rest. Our mind is not at peace. So this requires grounding, okay? This can be spending time in nature. It could be going for a walk. It could be exercising. It could be vacuuming, washing dishes, taking a relaxing bath, and just kind of calming your energy, okay? Because when we're in this place, way up in our head, this is our cognitive mind being very busy. And when we're like this, we are disconnected from the higher self, right? Those messages cannot come through. We start to begin to think irrationally about things. That's the ego. Okay, so for me, let's just say those of you too that might have anxiety disorders, I do this on the daily, right? Every day, sometimes all day long, where I'm like this, right? So I have to ground. I have to work extra hard with grounding myself, especially because I do readings all day, right? I can't bring this kind of energy into my readings. So I need to make sure that I'm good, that I'm grounded. And sometimes that means I have to take a break in between recording piles. Sometimes it means I need to take a break and go outside and just sit down in the sun or in the moonlight under the trees and the grass and stuff like that, or just go for a quick walk, right? But for you, the same thing. It's just being observant of these thoughts, gently observing them, okay? And really working towards trying to ground yourself in your energy. It's a lot of irrational fears, okay? Let's see what else. How can you deepen your connection to your higher self? The Two of Wands. Okay. Well, the Two of Wands is about choices. It's about choosing, right? Many of you, it could very well be that I'm going to choose to connect with my higher self at this time. I'm going to choose to take a pause before I make a choice or decision. Am I making that decision or choice from a place of worrying, stressing, anxiety, or am I making that decision for my path in the future based off of me connecting in with my intuition, my higher self? Okay. I'm also seeing the star at the bottom. So with the star energy here, this is going to be you taking time to heal. Okay. Definitely taking time to heal, but also about learning to have faith, trust. Okay. Which of course can take some time, because I'm also seeing the Eight of Swords underneath the deck. This is self-imposed restrictions, negative thinking, right? Negative thinking. So again, being observant of when your mind starts to trail off into that rabbit hole of self-limiting beliefs and negative self-talk and, everything else that comes along with it. Fears, overthinking, overanalyzing, obsessive thinking, right? She looks, even as she's pouring this water into this little river or lake here, that she just looks like it's also a very meditative practice. Okay? So I feel for many of you, meditation may also be something that really helps you to calm, to ground, so that you are able to connect in, okay? To help you to strengthen that connection, okay? So now we're going to close out your reading with asking if there's any advice that your higher self has for you at this time, okay? So what advice does your higher self have for you? Pile 1. What advice does your higher self have for you? We have follow the white rabbit. And I was just talking about going down the rabbit hole. It says follow the white rabbit, and it says curiosity. I cannot see you guys. I forgot my glasses. What does that say? Curiosity meets opportunity. Okay, so follow the white rabbit, which to me basically is you following your intuition, your higher self. Maybe this is also a time for you to pay attention to the signs, the synchronicities, and the ways in which your higher self communicates with you, right? Curiosity meets opportunity. So it could be that maybe there's something that you are feeling divinely inspired by, curious about. There's a reason for that. Trust it. Okay? Trust where you're being led. Pile 1. Let's see. Last message. What is your advice from your higher self at this time? We have wake up. Wake up. It's your moment. Okay? Wake up. We also have the Frog Princess. It says, heed wise counsel and listen. Heed wise counsel and listen. And I'm feeling with the High Priestess energy being here, listen to the guidance that's coming from within yourself. Okay? Wake up. Pile 1. It's your moment. Some of you are needing to pursue some type of opportunity that is right there. Okay? And I love this message underneath the bottom. It says, forget who you are. Conditioning falls away. Memory no longer defines you, right? Forget the old version of self. That's basically what your higher self's advice is saying. Stop thinking about the old version of you that would do X, Y, Z, right? You're stepping into a new version of self that is completely in your power. What would that new empowered version of yourself do that the old self did not? Okay, so that is all that I have for you, pile number 1. I do hope this reading was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Hi, pile 2. So those of you that resonated with the Fancy Jasper and the Calming the Waters card, it says peaceful self-regulation, okay, which is not an easy thing to do for us, because many of us have gone through some pretty challenging things, right? And sometimes us learning how to regulate our feelings and our emotions can be a little challenging, especially if we're inexperienced or if we have difficulty, holding on to certain energies. Like if somebody upsets us or makes you angry or makes you feel very emotional, right? It can be hard for us to get ourselves back into that state of balance, okay? So self-regulation comes from our ability to be able to calm ourselves, calm down, right? Think of it that way. That's the easy way to explain it. How to calm down. Let's just say somebody makes you really upset, angry, and you just want to yell at them. You want to lash out at them. And, they're telling you, let's just say the person is telling you, hey, pile 2, calm down, calm down. You're like, I don't want to calm down. I'm not ready to calm down. Stop telling me to calm down, So it's kind of like this is something that we need to learn how to do ourselves. And through this process of us learning this, we can become more emotionally mature, right? We learn how to process, understand our own feelings, our own emotions, and bring us back into a state of balance. Being able to self-regulate is also something really helpful with learning how to handle certain situations, right? Not to let ourselves get all bent out of shape or, very emotional about certain things. And not to say that we're suppressing our feelings, but more or less that we know how to get back to a state of balance, okay? And being that this is saying calming the waters, and if you look at her here, she looks like she's kind of meditating and doing a little bit of healing here. Reiki is what this looks like, but she's finding calm, balance, right? I'm not letting anything that's going on around me to affect my vibe, to affect my energy. So this to me kind of looks like your relationship with your higher self right now could be that your higher self is trying to maybe even help you through something that you could be going through right now. Meaning, if there's a lot of stuff coming up for you, or you're going through maybe something that is very tense or something, challenging with a person. It could be stress at work. It could be family situations, relationship stuff, right? This is your higher self really trying to connect in with you and to help you to get back to this state if you're not there already. Or some of you, it could be that you're really learning, right? This process of how to self-regulate. Okay, so let's look at some tarot and see what else is coming through for you, pal 2. What is your current relationship with your higher self? Your higher self is teaching you ways in which you can self-soothe, self-heal, right? Find more peace and balance from within. Okay, let's see. What is your current relationship with your higher self? The Strength card. I love this. This is perfect. This is perfect for that energy. Because strength is, first off, this is our ego, okay? And think of it, normally in the Strength card, there's a lady and there's a lion, okay? And in the card, you can see how the lion is like would be very ferocious, right? Think of that lion, or in this case, the bear, that lives inside of you, right? And when you have certain desires, right? This is about our animal instincts to go after something, or to pursue something, to hunt something, right? Or, it could be our emotions, our feelings, our anger, our rage, our temper, right? Strength is where we learn how to have self-control, right? We learn how to control that little beast that lives inside of us, right? That rages, or that is temperamental, or that is, trying to, how do I keep this very PG? Because the Strength card can also talk sometimes about lust, about desires, right? That we have. So this is us learning how to really harness our power, harness our energy, okay? So it's a beautiful message here. So I'm literally looking at this here and how your higher self is trying to help you to not force, but more or less how to be at one with your inner power, okay? Let's see what else. What is your current relationship with your higher self? Look at this. Ace of Cups, okay? This is healing. This is taking time to fill your own cup. This is emotional release. It's a lot of very transformative, beautiful energy that is here, okay? What is your current relationship with your higher self? Love. The Ace of Cups is love, unconditional love. You've got Temperance, which is also about healing, about balance, about patience, about transmuting energies, okay? Getting things under control, your inner power. I feel like that's kind of where your higher self is helping you right now, assisting you with. Your relationship with your higher self is helping you to work internally on the inside, your feelings, your emotions, everything that's going on within there. What is your current relationship? I'm also seeing that it's, okay, there we go. We got the Seven of Swords. We'll see what that's about. What is your current relationship? The Page of Wands. Six of Pentacles. I am feeling that some of you, your higher self is working with you with love situations, with breaking yourself out of illusion. Okay, that's what I'm feeling for some of you. Your higher self is really teaching you, in a sense, like to really look at what your worth is when it comes to giving and receiving unconditional love. Some of you, your higher self connection with you right now is also about inspiring you to connect into your infinite creative potential and to find strength and confidence within yourself, to work towards releasing fears, insecurities, attachments, avoidance of pursuing your passions, and showing you, in a sense, how worthwhile it would be for you if you opened up yourself to your fullest potential. Your creative energy is something really strong coming through here. What is your current relationship with your higher self? Eight of Wands. And the Hanged Man. In this case, the Hanged Woman. Okay. I don't know why, but this is kind of making me feel like some of you may struggle a little bit with connecting in with your higher self, because I feel like with the Eight of Wands energy here, some of you might be sending out a lot of messages, a lot of communication towards your higher self, but you might have a little bit, some of you might have a little bit of a struggle with like receiving the messages. And I feel like the more or less you work on your inner power, your inner strength and confidence even, and connecting in with your higher self and letting go of self-doubt, okay? I feel like with the Hangman energy here, with the Hangman, there is a state of surrender, of letting go, of surrendering control. And I feel like for many of you, you might have a difficult time with doing that, with releasing control to your higher self, your spirit guides, your ancestors. I want to see what your Seven of Swords is here. I feel like your higher self is trying to work with you to help you to change your perspective. And that could be on yourself or even about certain situations that you might be involved in or a part of. Why is the Seven of Swords here? The Chariot. This could even be teaching you in a sense how to have the willpower to move on from certain things, or move away, or to move forward in your life. The Queen of Cups. Some of you don't trust your higher self or your intuition. Justice and the Five of Swords. And I feel like with the Five of Swords energy being here, this is because of a lot of things that you may have gone through in your past. The Five of Swords can sometimes be when we are a victim to someone else's words, actions, cruelty, things that are said to us. In this picture here, we're seeing this girl in the back who's kind of witnessing this old woman be cruel to this girl who's sitting on the floor, right? She's can be saying certain things to her, mean things to her. And the Five of Swords is about defeat, loss, winning and losing, right? And this woman looks like she's kind of being really mean and cruel here. So this can be another person who acts this way. With Justice here, some of you can be stuck kind of like in a victim mentality by someone else's cruelty to you, actions, words. Some of you might have a tendency to self-sabotage, self-sabotaging thoughts. And I feel like with Justice being here, it's like your higher self is trying to help you to clear this karmic energy and free you in a sense, to help to promote more emotional balance here, stability. So yeah, some of you might have really been going through it in terms of dealing with other energies outside of yourself, and some of you it might be an internal struggle that your higher self is trying to help you to get back into this Queen of Cups energy. Yeah. Okay, so let's pull one more of these and see what else. What is your current relationship with your higher self? Precognition, psychic ability, and future vision. I feel like some of you, your higher self is trying to show you your psychic gifts, or trying to awaken you to your psychic gifts. Some of you have this spiritual gift of precognition. And that may come through you having clairvoyance, clairaudience, dreams, something that's revealed to you even during meditation. visions of the future, which could have to do with you. They could even have to do with other things that you see. This does feel like a lot of psychic energy here too, especially with the Queen of Cups being here and both of these energies. The Hangman is also very spiritual. I'm seeing at the bottom, go with the flow, letting go, cleansing and receiving. So it does look like there's a lot of that theme here kind of happening within your reading here. So let's see. What do I want to do? I want to look at these. What is your current relationship with your higher self, pile 2? Power. Maybe that your higher self is trying to help you to step into your power or to recognize the power that you hold when you're learning how to master your energy here, right? Transformation. And trust. Yeah. That's kind of what I was picking up earlier, is your ability to trust your higher self, or even trusting what you see, trusting what you hear, trusting what you feel, you know, as something that's coming from your higher self. Some of you can doubt it, right? Doubt your psychic abilities or doubt your intuition. Learning to have trust, learning to surrender. Let's see. Pile 1, what is your current relationship with your higher self? We have angelic presence, and it says, even though it may feel quite the opposite, you were at the right place at the right time. In an act of service, you took part in a soul's invitation to enlightenment. Your presence unlocked an aspect of another's heart, which is a precious gift. Love is unconditional, and this gift will be returned to you in divine time. Like I said, some of you, this feels like your higher self is helping you with love. And we have the Ace of Cups here, which is unconditional love and healing, nurturing. But this makes me feel that some of you, this could be something recent that you've gone through. Could be something from your past, but it makes me feel like there's almost like there's one love, pile 2, one love that you have, a great love that you've had really strong feelings and emotions towards this person. And this person may have been someone who wasn't ready to receive that. And I feel like your higher self has acknowledged you going through that type of situation. But it is through this process of you learning from this that as you work and heal and transform yourself, there is a beautiful love that's coming in for you. Okay, especially if you're single and you're ready to receive love. Yes, love is unconditional, and this gift will be returned to you in divine time. So know that, especially if you've been someone who's been unlucky in love, or feeling that way, or feeling like you really loved someone and they were just not prepared to receive that love, that it is through this heartache or this pain that you are evolving into this best version of self, that your higher self is aligning you with a person who's going to match that love that you were giving. Okay? What is your current relationship with your higher self? Power surge, and it says you have stepped into your power and completed a cycle in power loss. Reclaiming your power is a major spiritual achievement, and you have recently broken the cycle of giving your power away. This could have been through a toxic dynamic, such as an empath and a narcissist. You found your power center and stood your ground. Settling is not an option, and you are open to a healed and equal partnership. Okay. Let's get one more. What is your current relationship with your higher self? I'm just going to take this top one. We've got past love. I told you, I could feel it. There is an opportunity for reconciliation and transformation in a relationship gone awry. Someone may reach out to provide closure in the form of truth. It may be a relief or it may be difficult to hear. It is important to listen to your intuition and take your time in responding to the situation from a heart-based and grounded space. It is your choice to make. Okay? So, some of you that chose this pile may have a past love. Like I said, I'm kind of getting from this energy here that some of you may have really loved some, and that could partly be what you're going through right now with this self-regulation, is learning how to not allow another person's energy to kind of make your energy, I don't know what the right words right now, kind of make your energy feel like it's kind of like all over the place, chaotic, okay? So some of you may have a past love come forward to apologize to you or to try to re-enter your life or whatever that is. But remember here, we've got this power surge. You know, speaking of some type of power loss that you may have had in the past. And so you're working now to reclaim this power, right? That you had given away, and you may have given away to a past love. So if there is genuinely someone coming forward for you from your past, with all this work and healing that you're doing, do you really want to allow that energy back into your life? This is where Spirit's saying it's your choice to make. Okay, now for some of you where this person does come forward, have they really changed? Have they really transformed? Or is it more of the same energy? Okay, so this will be something that you will want to pay attention to. And those of you where this is not love, think about this in terms of a family member, a friend, right? That you gave your power away to. That situation, is that family member or is that friendship worth having in your life again? Okay, so it could really be something that you use this guidance for. Okay, let's go into asking Spirit now, how can you deepen your connection with your higher self? Okay, how can you deepen your connection with your higher self? Ascension symptoms. Let's see what else. The crown chakra and invoking the divine. Okay. And I'm seeing unconditional love at the bottom. Okay, now some of you, as you are working with your higher self was always trying to help you, to lead you into that higher vibration, that higher version of self. Okay, and through that process of awakening to that, we can often go through what are called ascension symptoms. Okay, and those ascension symptoms can be very different, a very different experience for each person. Okay, this can be us feeling senses of anxiety, fears, insecurities that are coming up, depression, feeling lost. Things that are kind of happening within our body, to our skin. We could start having like inflammation in certain places or, you know, certain areas as things are kind of being purged and cleared. I remember when I first started my spiritual awakening, and I'm someone who has always throughout my whole life, has had very clear skin, never really any skin problems like acne or anything like that. And I remember when I was starting the first year that I was going through my spiritual awakening, my cheeks on my face broke out so bad. And it stayed like that probably for almost a year. And then it just disappeared. and I don't know what, right? But I was going through my awakening. So yeah, you read about it, you Google ascension symptoms. There are so many different things that you can go through and experience as you're going through that process. And it does affect everybody, you know, very differently. Some people can really be going through a lot of darkness, a lot of pain, sadness, and feeling lost and confused, and, you know, so many different things. But we have invoked the divine here. With how you can strengthen or deepen your connection, is invoking the divine is you actually talking to, communicating with your spirit guides and calling upon them, right? Calling upon your higher self to step in, to assist you, to help you, to guide you, to lead you. But when you do that, you also have to be open, because remember how I said down here, this looks like you're asking, right? You're sending out the energy. You're sending out the communication. You know, and some of you could generally be receiving those messages, right? But sometimes for some of you, I'm kind of getting that you're having a hard time trusting what you're hearing, a hard time trusting the guidance that your higher self is giving to you. Right? And so there's a need for you to be open to receiving and learning how to trust, learning how to go with the flow. We have the crown chakra here. And the crown chakra is our connection to source, to spirit, to God, to universe, to your higher self, your ancestors, spirit guides. Right? So when we can keep that path open, right, and clear, we can be able to receive those messages from the divine. Right? When we have blockages within the rest of our chakras, it throws every other chakra out of balance. Okay? Every other chakra is out of balance because that energy flow is not going to be so great. Right? So when you can really work on healing and finding balance from within, you keep everything in alignment. Right? Crown chakra is going to be wide open to receive those messages. So we also have unconditional love here. So what can you do to deepen the connection? Is you to step into the energy of unconditional love, right? Which means this starts within you. You starting to really learn to love yourself. Because when you are embodying the energy of unconditional love, this helps you to raise your frequency, raise your vibration, okay? Keeps you in a high vibrational energy so that you are tuned into your spiritual gifts, psychic gifts. You're able to make your way through some of the ascension symptoms that you might be feeling, right? Because some of them can be really challenging, okay? If you don't really know what they are, like I said, you can Google search ascension symptoms. And this is kind of what you go through when you're having a spiritual awakening, which can be long list of things. So many different things that can happen to you. That you go through. So I also want to pull some tarot and ask, what can you do to deepen the connection between you and your higher self? We have the World. Seven of Pentacles. Nine of Cups. And also the Eight of Swords. Okay. So how can you deepen this connection? The Seven of Pentacles is asking you to take some time to pause and reflect. Evaluate, reassess who you are investing your time and energy into. Is it worth it for you to continue to do that? Or should you be investing your time and energy elsewhere? Okay? The World. This could be you closing certain cycles, right? You've done the evaluating, you've done the reassessing. I don't know if I should put my energy towards this person or this path. Let's close this cycle. Let's be done with it to allow for new beginnings to come in. Okay? So closing cycles. The Eight of Swords, being mindful of where your thoughts are at. Okay? Because this Eight of Swords can be a whole lot of negative thinking, a lot of obsessive thinking, a lot of keeping yourself stuck in your own mental prison, right? So being more mindful that when you start to do this to yourself, you can get yourself out of it, right? And that comes from learning how to ground yourself, ground your energy. Focus on the Nine of Cups, which is about happiness, which is about fulfillment, right? We're not bypassing and saying, okay, yes, I have these negative feelings and I'm just going to pretend that they don't exist and ignore them, right? Honor that. Whatever it is, address it, honor it, but don't allow yourself to stay there. Okay? The Nine of Cups is about you focusing on things that bring happiness, that bring fulfillment to you, right? So as you're taking this time to evaluate where you're putting it and investing your energy, is it something that makes you feel the Nine of Cups energy? And if it does not, let's close the door. Let's allow something new in, right? So you're helping yourself to go through this process with the Justice card, clearing karmic cycles and energy, so that your higher self has got you kind of like in this momentum of being able to move along your path. Okay? So let's close your reading out with some advice that your higher self has for you at this time. Pile 2. What is your advice from your higher self at this time? We have no need to fear. And it says, remember how powerful you are. Okay? Remember how powerful you are. What is your advice from your higher self? Pile 2. What is your advice? I'm going to take this top one here. It says messages for a rabbit, and it says service to the animal world. Okay? Service to the animal world. So some of you may feel a very strong connection to animals. Some of you, this can be that you are meant to, maybe even for some of you, like having a pet, having an animal. Maybe that's something that you can also use for emotional support for some of you, an emotional support animal. Okay. Some of you may feel called to working with animals, you know, such as being a vet tech or a veterinarian or somebody who works at an animal shelter, or even just not even for a job, but just for time, right, that you spend. Horses, any type of animal, right? Okay, let's see what else. Sometimes just being around animals is also very healing as well, right? Watching them play and, you know, even that can be very healing. What? Let's see. Okay, so it says painting the roses red, and it says covering up errors. Covering up errors. Okay, this makes me feel... Okay. What I'm kind of getting from this is because she's made a mistake, right? Alice has made a mistake, and there's a bunch of white roses here, and she's painting them red, and they're not really red. They're white. Right? So this makes me feel, for some of you, there is a need for really addressing your inner wounds, whatever they might be, certain thoughts that you might have, of not painting over them in a sense and thinking that they're just going to go away. Right? This is you really doing your higher self advice right now, is to really kind of look at those things. What needs healing? What needs releasing? Right? Let's not just paint them red and pretend like it doesn't exist or like it never happened. Let's dive in and do the work. Right? That's kind of what the message of this card is giving to me, is that you're not just kind of trying to spiritual bypass things, but you're really kind of delving into things, seeing things clearly. I'm seeing the winged seer at the bottom, and it says you see clearly with clairvoyance, right? Many of you, like I said, you are clairvoyant here. Maybe shifting your focus for some of you, working on your spiritual gifts could be advice that your higher self has for you as well. Many of you may be very gifted with clairvoyance. Okay? So that is all that I have for you. Pile number 2, I do hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Hi, pile 3. So those of you that resonate with this card here, sacred action and decisive focus. Okay, so today we are looking at what is your current relationship with your higher self. Okay, so looking at this card here, with the message here, sacred action and decisive focus, it does make me feel like right now your higher self is currently helping you, assisting you to try to help you to get like dialed in, tuned in. Maybe there is some type of action or decision that you're needing to make with your path. We'll kind of see what comes through for you, and also kind of looking at this too, being that she has, I don't even know what this is, a cheetah maybe? Sitting at the top of her head. Makes me feel like your higher self is right there with you. Trying to really guide you. Almost like being like your second set of eyes to help you to get focused. Paying attention or to your decisions, your choices in life at this time, maybe being really important for your soul's journey, your path. Let's see, pile 3, what is your current relationship with your higher self? What is your current relationship with your higher self? We have the Emperor. Oops. The Hermit. Yes. Okay. So I feel for many of you, it's kind of like you might be at this place right now where you are in this Hermit energy. And this Hermit energy is helping you literally to get focused. Okay? Because the Hermit could be when we're feeling a little bit lost on our path. We're really taking time to withdraw from others, from the world. The Hermit is about being on a spiritual quest, a spiritual journey, a journey inwards, a journey of solitude, of reflection, of healing, dark night of the soul. It could even be moving through a dark time, dark period in your life, a depressed energy. It's a lot of, for some of you, introversion, right? A lot of peaceful healing. I don't want to say peaceful healing because healing is not peaceful, but I mean peaceful, being at peace, finding peace, and healing, trying to heal. There's nothing peaceful. Once you've healed, yes, you can feel peace, but the process of healing is not peaceful. Okay, so let's see. What is your current relationship with your higher self? The Ace of Wands. Yeah. Some of you, we've got the Five of Pentacles. Let me get the rest of the cards out here. What is your current relationship with your higher self before I start saying things? The Knight of Cups, the Page of Swords. The Tower in reverse. Eight of Wands and the Star. So definitely healing. Definitely healing here. Okay. So it makes me kind of feel like your higher self, your connection right now is that your higher self is trying to almost like light your fire, reignite something within you. Because with the Five of Pentacles energy being here, this is a feeling of lack, okay? Of void, of emptiness. This could be poverty consciousness, lack mentality, scarcity mindset. It is also when we're feeling like we're not good enough, or if some of you are healing abandonment wounds, or if you're going through a really challenging time in your life, at least even financially for some of you. Struggling with finances, depending on others, in need of help, in need of assistance. Okay? And with this Tower energy in reverse, this is about, the Tower is about release. It can also be something that creates a lot of challenges for us in our life, a lot of upheaval. Honestly, looking at this, it kind of makes me feel like your higher self is trying to wake you up. Wake you up. It's kind of what this feels like. Like flipping the on switch, like switch on, pile 3. It's time to step into your highest version of self. And for many of you, I feel like in this 5 of Pentacles energy that you may have been staying kind of like in this place of lack or feeling just an emptiness within you. And some of you may be kind of looking for what your calling is, what your purpose is. You know, the Hermit is a process of self-discovery. It's a lot of healing work. It's a lot of inner child, a lot of shadow work. So with the Page of Swords energy here, there's a lot of teaching. There's a lot of learning. Some of you are learning how to improve upon your communication skills. Some of you, because we do have the Page of Swords energy here, this is the energy of a novice. Okay? So some of you may be learning how to communicate with your higher self. You could still be, I don't want to say young at it. I mean, you could be young. But the Page of Swords is a novice. Okay? The pages are like children in the tarot deck. So the page is when we're still learning something, right? You could be learning how to communicate, learning how to understand the messages, learning how to be more open and receptive to communicating with your higher self. So it does feel like there's, with the Emperor energy here, there's a powerful energy that's leading you, and you're learning how to communicate, how to receive. And I feel like with the Ace of Wands energy here, there's a lot of downloads, messages, inspiration in which your higher self is trying to say, like, here, try this. Here, do this, right? This is the path. This is the way. So it's like your higher self is like right there. Like, go this way, take this path. You know, the Emperor is also about discipline, about organization, about structure, building a solid foundation, taking action, because it is the masculine energy. So yeah, we have sacred action here, decisive focus. Like I said, I kind of feel like your higher self is trying to get you to that place of laser focus. And for some of you, it can be healing certain things, learning how to trust your higher self, learning how to trust your intuition, learning how to decipher the messages, right, that your higher self is giving to you. There's a lot of energy. There's a lot of communication here with the 8 of Wands. Those of you that feel like you are kind of stuck in this 5 of Pentacles energy, it's like your higher self is trying to give you the messages or give you the inspiration to remove yourself out of this energy. But I feel like you could be having a little bit of difficulties here, being that this is a page. Because the page is the messenger. The messages are there. It just makes me feel like I'm not sure how much you're receiving with it. You're still learning how to understand the communication that your higher self gives to you. It could even be that, you know, you're talking, you're communicating, you're sending the messages out. But are you open to receiving them? I feel like some of you are learning how to do that. Like, how do I talk to my higher self? How do I communicate? How do I communicate with them? I feel like you're doing, so for many of you, you're learning, you're studying, you could be learning about spirituality, discovering things about yourself. The Page of Swords is doing a lot of research, so some of you could be studying, learning. Lots of healing here. I'm kind of curious what this Tower energy is here. It makes me feel like there's something here that you're meant to release, but almost like there's resistance that's here. Resistance surrounding the release of this old version of yourself. And it's kind of like your higher self is trying to kick you into gear. Like literally, like I said, get you switched on. So let me clarify this a little bit. Let's look at this Tower energy in reverse. Two of Swords. This is indecision, right? And you've got decisive focus and sacred action. Like there's some kind of decision you need to make here. The Two of Swords can be when we have conflicting thoughts, conflicting ideas. It is a place of indecision, which leads to stagnancy in our life because we feel stuck. We feel stuck here. Let's see. What is this Tower energy in reverse? The Six of Cups. Some of you are having difficulties with letting your past go, and it's kind of, some of you, there's inner child stuff or something from your past. There could be an abandonment wound here. Father. I'm getting a father abandonment wound here. Father figure. Doesn't have to be a father, but the Emperor is masculine energy. The father archetype. Yeah, I feel like there's something here from either childhood or your past. I mean, this could even happen if you're ghosted. You're ghosted by someone. There's abandonment. There is neglect. Financial challenges, struggles. Some of you are having a hard time releasing your past and stepping into your power. And I feel like that's what your higher self is trying to get you to do, is to heal or to acknowledge these things as here. It's like trying to inspire you in some way, to give you some ideas or resources to help you to pull yourself out of this energy. Some of you could be trying to align you with your soul's purpose, with your path, or even to learning to have more trust, more faith, following your destiny, opening yourself up to love, being vulnerable, opening up your heart for some of you. Some of you with the Page of Swords energy, it's learning how to express yourself, learning how to communicate, learning how to use your voice, learning to be more emotionally intelligent. Okay, is another thing that I'm seeing here. I want to see what this decisive focus is. What is it? What is this, Spirit? The sacred action and decisive focus. What is this about? The Devil. This is looking at your fears. Your higher self is trying to help you to face your fears. Okay? All the self-doubt, all the self-limiting beliefs, all the insecurities, all the unhealthy patterns of behavior, codependency, attachment, addictions, obsessing. Okay? It's really wanting you to focus on what these things are for you so that you can take action towards releasing yourself from whatever these things are. What is this? The Devil is the ego, okay? It does create an illusion of us being trapped or stuck, right? So let's just say that you are someone who is struggling financially, right? And this is all that you see is I'm helpless, there's no way I can fix this, right? That's an illusion. That is an illusion. This Ace of Wands is coming in to give you divine inspiration to finding your way out of that. It is about you trusting the guidance that you receive and not falling into this trap of fear or doubting yourself and your ability to remove yourself out of that energy, right? It is this fear that keeps us stuck in life. Okay, let's see. What is this decisive action focus? The Three of Cups, which is about joy, fulfillment. This is helping to give you messages here. Clarity, truth, facing facts, moving through illusion, being able to see illusion, how you're keeping yourself stuck in an illusion. The King of Swords is you moving into a space of higher consciousness, higher level of thinking, right? From the Page to the King, the Page being the novice, the King being the master, mastery of your mind, of your thoughts, of your actions, of your words, right? Versus allowing them to be, let's just say, stuck here. Okay? This is your higher self in a way trying to get you to see yourself for who you really are and the power that you hold. Okay, so let's see. So you're learning is what I'm getting here, okay? As far as what your relationship is right now, is that you are learning from your higher self how to step into your King of Swords energy, from the page, right, to the knight, to the queen, to eventually the king, which is higher consciousness, enlightenment. Let's see. What is your current relationship with your higher self, pile number 3? Yeah, many of you are learning how to step into your power. We have wisdom here, learning, joy, art, and music. Okay, learning, joy, art, and music. Some of you could be discovering talents, becoming wise, learning things, like I said, learning certain skills that you have or talents that you're discovering through that hermit energy. You've got adjustment here, looking back and moving forward. So your higher self is helping you to look back to your past to then integrate what you've learned into your future choices, decisions. Okay, let's see. What is your current relationship with your higher self? Purification, which is clearing. Your higher self helping you to clear, release. Freedom. I love that. From the devil energy, right? You're freeing yourself from that. Let's see what else. What is your current relationship with your higher self? Approval. It says one or both parties have a self-worth imbalance. Okay, self-worth imbalance, and are seeking approval. This can also manifest in people-pleasing energies, seeking to fill a void or find validation in how someone else values us. The only approval you require is your own, and it is wise to learn how to meet your own needs rather than asking others to meet them for you. Take back your power and embrace the possibilities. Okay? So this is basically your higher self helping you to learn your self-worth. Okay? Seeking, those of you that seek approval of validation through other people, filling void, right? Because that 5 of Pentacles can definitely be a void, right? Lack, emptiness. You learn how to meet your own needs rather than somebody else needs to meet your needs. Okay, is what this is saying. It's what your higher self is helping you, right? Freedom from attachments as well. Codependency. What is your current relationship with your higher self? Authentic self. And it says, bravo, you or another party has given yourself permission to fully be in your power. You have released judgment on yourself and the need for approval or permission to be who you are. You have achieved a level of clarity and freedom on who you are. You are revealing your true authentic self. So many of you already might be working on this. Okay? Figuring out, hey, you know what? I'm worth more. I don't need to place my value or, the way that I see myself in a way another person is showing that they value me, right? Because they could, right? With the 5 of Pentacles, some of you that have been rejected or ghosted in the past, like I said earlier, that we internalize a lot of that. We internalize that. So we could be taking it really hard, right? This person make me feel unloved, unwanted because of the action that they've taken here. That can even happen to us when we have a parent that's missing, or a parent who's present but emotionally unavailable. We feel neglected. We feel rejected. We feel like we're not worthy of talking to, or quality time or love. Okay? What is your current relationship with your higher self? Trauma bond. Okay. So yeah, your higher self is trying to help you maybe to disconnect from people that you could be trauma bonded with. Okay, or to heal trauma bonds. It says this connection appears to have roots in healing a trauma bond pattern. When we connect based on our wounds, we are subconsciously blocking love in a connection. If we are in a fear-based or poverty consciousness, right there, then we can fear that this is the only person or situation that can meet our needs. Fearing change, we can cling to unhealthy situations because they feel comfortable. Break the cycle of suffering and release yourself from painful contracts. Okay, so some of you may be learning how to separate yourself from people, right? Where you connect with your wounds and, this person has an abandoned wound, I have an abandoned wound, or, whatever else is there. And you might be feeling, okay, well, this is all I can get. This is all that's here, right? The same thing might go with a job, right? Your worthiness to more abundance. Your employer is paying you less than what you know you're deserving of, but you're too afraid of change. You're too afraid to go after that new position. So you feel like, I guess I'll just stay here, right? I guess I'll just stay at this job. Okay? Or accept that this is my fate and this is my situation and I'm always going to be lack. I'm always not going to have enough. Okay? At the bottom of the deck, I'm seeing sanctuary, and it says this may be a time to focus on your inner sanctuary and embrace being joyfully single. At times, we may find ourselves unexpectedly single, or we may have long embraced it. At this time, it seems that being single will open doors in other realms for you. This may be a time of solitude, but it is a time of deep expansion. Take solace in your own company. Okay? And those of you that are not single, I would say that this could be that your higher self is encouraging you to spend a little bit of time alone, right? Away from your partner, so that you have time to just kind of reflect within inside of yourself, which is always healthy for you to do. Okay? So now we're going to ask Spirit here, how can you deepen your connection to your higher self? How can you deepen your connection to your higher self, pile 3? How can you deepen your connection to your higher self? The sacral chakra. Okay? So working on your sacral chakra. This is going to help you to heal any feelings, emotions that might be rooted in guilt, shame, if you have any specific traumas, okay, abusive kind of energies, this would be also the chakra where you would heal these energies here as well, right? I'm not going to get into it too much because of YouTube, but yeah, this has a lot to do with our sexuality, okay? So if you have any type of issues surrounding that, healing wounds from those type of situations, or even, any other feelings and emotions that are here, okay? Working on healing your feminine energy might also be something that's very helpful with this energy here as well. This is going to be something that also helps you to build up your self-worth, your worthiness to love, okay? Because a lot of our emotions and feelings, this is where they start, in the sacral chakra, okay? Bringing the emotions into balance, okay? Harnessing your power, which the Queen of Wands is the sacral chakra, right? This is power, this is confidence, this is sensuality, desire, creativity is all here in the sacral, okay? So maybe even doing things that allow you to Be creative can also be something that helps you to deepen that connection with your higher self as well, right? That could be creative projects that you work on, things that you like to do that are creative, okay? How can you deepen the connection to your higher self? Your journey of solitude, okay? Spending time alone, healing, introspection, reflection, honoring this time, especially if you are single. Even if you're not single, spending time alone, healing your throat chakra, okay? Which could either be underactive, overactive, and that goes for both of these, okay? Both of them. The throat chakra, when it's underactive or, you know, any kind of blockage is there, we could be someone who does not speak our truth, someone who's afraid to be assertive, someone who's afraid to use our voice to express ourselves. When the throat chakra is overactive, we can become mean. We could lash out at people. We could be very angry or say rude things to people. Talk down to others. Be aggressive. With the sacral chakra being out of balance too, it's the same thing. We can either be someone who's afraid of intimacy, or we could be someone who is a little bit too much fun, okay? Too much, right? Where there's a need for you to calm it down a little bit and bring it into balance, okay? Let's see what else. I want to actually pull some tarot for this too. So how can you deepen your connection? Eight of Swords. This is working on your negative thoughts, negative thinking, self-imposed limitations, restrictions. How can you deepen your connection? The King of Wands. Working on your confidence, working on your self-esteem. Okay? Feeling more body confident, feeling beautiful, feeling handsome, working on your body, right? Exercising, creative energy, exploring your creative passions in life. With the World energy here, and I'm seeing the Five of Swords at the bottom, the Five of Swords for many of you is going to be you letting go of any victim mentality. Okay? Victim mentality. If somebody has hurt you in the past, said something to you, done something to you, this is you letting go of that victim mindset. Okay? If someone has said something not so nice to you, this could be you healing, releasing that energy, those thoughts that are associated with that. The Five of Swords can also be about feeling defeated, right? Your thoughts being something that are defeating you from being able to fully step into your power. Okay? So the last thing that we're going to do here is ask Spirit here, what is your Spirit's, your highest self's advice for you? Okay? What is your higher self's advice for you at this time? What is your higher self's advice for you? Pile number 3. We have the Winged Seer, and it says you see clearly with clairvoyance. So many of you have clairvoyant gifts that you're needing to focus on using, learning, discovering. We also have impossible things, and it says working through disbelief, imaginative leaps, and a fresh perspective, right? So it's basically your higher self wanting you to believe that the impossible is possible for you, or what seems like it's impossible. It says you are unlike anyone else. Your contradictions and complexities are interesting. Okay, so it's really getting to know you and how different, how unique you are, right, compared to others. Loving every part of yourself. Okay, at the bottom of the deck, I'm seeing count your blessings. Okay, which to me is a lot of gratitude, right? Feeling gratitude for all the things in your life, right? Even those things that have been painful, challenging, they can find some type of silver lining with whatever it is that you've gone through, okay? And it does take time to get to that process, or to that place, I should say. It does take time to get to that place of release or forgiveness or, acceptance, okay? But yes, this is your higher self wanting you to count your blessings, right? Be grateful, hold gratitude for what you do have, even if it's not a lot. Okay? So that is all that I have for you. Pile number 3, I do hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you in the next reading.